Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. This one we're going to be doing episode 12 of Things I Want to See in The Simpsons Tapped Out. First, I've just got a little message to people who watch these videos. First of all, now, don't comment your ideas in this video. I don't want any ideas in this video. In next video, so save your ideas for next video, because in this video I don't really want any ideas. Feel free to comment, but don't really comment your ideas because I might miss them, so keep them for next episode. Also, if you have an idea and you post it and you don't see it in the immediate next episode, that's completely fine. I've got your idea stored, and it will be in a later episode. The way that these things work, these episodes work, is I only do 2 ideas at a time, so I do them, and usually I do them in terms of who comments first. So I'm going to do the people who've comment, the longest ago. I'm going to do their ideas before I do yours, unless like an idea gets a lot of likes, or if somebody really wants to see their idea in something and they keep pestering on about it. So I've had a few people comment their ideas like multiple times. Please don't. You don't have to comment multiple times. I will be in it eventually. Commenting multiple times just makes it hard for me. But your ideas will be in it. It's fun if you have. I'm not mad or anything. It's just wanted to clarify that. So yeah. So I've had a few people comment their ideas multiple times, but then the ideas slightly change. So I'm gonna have to you'll see in this one anyway. It's nothing against you. It's fine. It's probably I'm just not very clear in because of course I just expect that everyone's watched the first episode and understood the rules. But you might not have seen the first episode of this series. But those are the rules. So yeah. Don't comment in this one, but your ideas in this one. But in the next one, feel free to comment. It's just I've got a lot now to go through, so I don't really need any more ideas at this minute. But I'll be happy to have your ideas in a later episode. Anyway, let's get into this. So first of all, let's do my ideas. So the character I'm bringing to this episode is actually the Clown Doctor. So the Clown Doctor is a very minor character, but seeing as the Poochie update's happening at the minute, and we kind of just came off the Itchy and Scratchy event, I feel like I was going to do I felt like doing something a little bit orientated to that kind of event. So I've come up with kind of a Krusty. The building has nothing to do with Krusty, but the 3 other things all have something to do with Krusty. So the Clown Doctor is my character that I would like it to see in Tapped Out. Mainly, he's not a major character. I just think they could do some interesting tasks with him, some funny tasks with him. He literally is just somebody who works at the Krusty the Clown show. He's quite minor. He's only appeared like 3 or 4 times, something like that. And he's only had 1 prominent role. And he wasn't, well, not a prominent role, it was just he was in a little skit. He is in a way a little bit of a blink and you miss it if you want, but not really, because he has appeared, he was central, he was in the central frame anyway, so he had a little moment. So I just think that they could do some funny tasks with him, maybe do a quest line of him trying to balance being a clown and being a doctor or something. That would be interesting. He could come with anything really. Maybe the clown college, that's a potential he could come with, because that's the thing I should have thrown in there, is the building. Damn it, I could have made it all link. But anyway, that's my character. And yeah, so the building is actually the Halleroach Apartments. This has been in the files for ages, but it's never been added. Now this is this is an apartment where Marge's mum lived, so a lot of people thought when it was leaked in the files we were going to get her, because she's just the obvious character to come with this building, but for some weird reason they never added this building. It was originally meant to be a Christmas building, so I do think it could still be added in Christmas. It's got that kind of link to it, because I think it was in a Christmas episode where we saw it, so they could just still just throw it in. I'd be happy with it just being thrown in as a building, but we still haven't got it, but it's been in the files all this time, and yeah, I just think that they really should add it. So yeah. And my costume is actually Krusty, if you want the out of work Krusty. Basically, there was this whole episode where Krusty, of course, faked his death, and then he kind of went on with this different life where he looked like this. So I think they could do something with this. This would be very interesting. Just have him like this, shirtless, with a beard, short hair, and his jeans. I don't know, they could do some, it'd be definitely a unique costume, and they could do something interesting with him, trying to live his normal life and all that. I just think it would be a very cool costume to have. And I like the idea of it. You know, it's just something unique. I'm actually really annoyed I didn't put the Clown College as a building. That's really annoyed me. Scrap the Hallow Roach Apartments. It's the Clown College. And then my NPC, or my bonus item anyway, is actually an NPC. And this is an NPC that earns cash. So this is the Bearded Lady. This is another one of Krusty's kind of sidekicks, if you will. She appeared on Krusty's funeral. This is when, you know, he faked his death. She appeared at the funeral. So I just think that what they could do is just do a little quest line where it's like Krusty works, I don't know, it's just a new task for Krusty where he works with her, so she's involved in Krusty's kind of, you know, so she's involved in Krusty's tasks, so he gets a new, maybe actually it could be this, include this costume, but anyway, some task that includes her, so she's not completely unplayable, but and then after that it's going to say that she's decided to go on her own way or something, and earn cash by selling her appearance. So she goes around basically and, you know, collects kind of money because she's a bearded lady. She's kind of like an exhibit in a way. Kind of sad, but I think they could make it light-hearted. So she's kind of going around and earning cash. So just like the Sprookler children, and the little casino chip, she'll just walk around Springfield, and then after maybe 4 hours, she collects a certain amount of cash, and then 8 hours, she collects even more cash, and then 12 hours, she collects like a big bunch of cash. So when you collect it on 12 hours, she pops, you know, and then all the cash comes, and you can collect it. So she's an NPC that earns cash. I just think it would be kind of cool. So yeah, let's get on to your ideas. So first off comes from Boba Fett JC. So he's posted his ideas twice, which is fine. I didn't really clarify. So yeah, just for later note, that's just post it once and I'll get it. But he did change it on this one, to be fair. So anyway, adults v kids the seniors event based on the episode Wild Barts Can't Be Broken, which he puts here as well. So a variety of various kids and parents and adults and seniors. So in this one he lists Lewis, Nelson's dad, more Sprooklers, Sarah Wiggum, Jerry McElberry, Richard, Human Modskin, Mrs. Albright, Alice Glick, etc. And in this one he lists Lewis Clark, playground premium items. There's playground decoration with Richard for 90 donuts, Alison Taylor for 60 donuts, adults, the act adults, and then the final prize is going to be Troy McClure. The premium items will be Sarah Wiggum and an undecided building for 140 donuts. I recommend the financial planning building just because she was seen in it. Lionel Hutz for 75 donuts. Act 3 seniors, so the final prize will be B. The premium items include the Winfield house, Mr. and Mrs. Winfield for 180 donuts. I think it was Apperson who put a comment saying the Winfields never lived in the Brown house. They technically did, because it's referenced in the Powell, when the Powells move in, they reference that Mr. and Mrs. Winfield moved out, which is really weird because they've never actually been seen in the Brown house, so I understand why, I think it was Apperson anyway, said that. But I don't know, the wiki lists that they are residents, and that the Simpsons family reference that they used to live there, so it's a bit confusing really, because they've been seen, I remember in another episode they were seen to have lived across the street. They because Mrs. Winfield phoned up Homer, and and there was another one, she was looking across the street outside the Simpsons house. So I don't know where the hell they live, but apparently they live somewhere else. I don't know, but apparently they used to live in the Brown house as well, so it's just really confusing. And then Cypress Simpson for 50 donuts. And then, hey, Magnus Robert, let me know if you like this idea. I worked hard on it. And yeah, it's a pretty cool idea. I think it could definitely work. I just think buildings would be an issue in this event. Characters they could definitely do a lot of, but buildings would definitely be an issue because there's not particularly very many buildings I can really think of. But maybe they'd be able to throw some in. I don't know. I could try and look at this. I've got a bunch of videos in the works, so I probably won't do my own video on this for a while. But I would like something that would add, all these characters, because I really want a lot of these characters in the game. Anyway, but yeah, overall it's a good idea. You did work hard on it. It's pretty good. It's just buildings I think would be an issue for this event. So yeah, let's look at the thing. So yeah, I was just using this. I was going to use this screen to talk about the idea, but whatever. So yeah, seniors and adults and kids event definitely has potential to work. Just like I said, buildings. Anyway, so let's look at the idea. So, of course, he talked about Lewis Clark, Eddie Muntz, or Mr. Muntz, which is Nelson's dad. More Sprookler children, there's a lot of them. I just think what they should do, apart from Mary, who was an exception, all the Sprookler children, I think, should just be added as the same, so they just collect cash, like Dubray, Birthday, and I forget the other one's name. Dubray and Birthday do. I just think that they should all be like that, just so it's consistent, apart from Mary, who's obviously her own character. So Sarah Wiggum, Jerry McElberry, Richard, the Mod's skin anyway, Mrs. Albright, all awesome characters I want to see. Alice Glick, of course, and then they talked about the playground as well. This is sort of a picture, but you can understand what a playground would probably look like. But yeah, we have got different playgrounds in before, so I don't know if it would be, they'd have to find something unique, but definitely could work. So there's the first lot of characters, and there's even more. So it has Alison Taylor, Troy McClure, Lionel Hutz, B, the Winfields with the Winfield house. And this is another thing, when they were seeing on the porch, you can see the house is purple, so they definitely didn't live in the, well, in this moment anyway, they didn't live in the brown house. So it's really weird where they actually live. I don't actually understand. So they might have to make a tapped out exclusive house, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. The mystery of where the Winfields live, or used to live, because now they're in the retirement home. And then, of course, Cypress Simpson, which is there. And that's it. Wait, is it? Oh, I forgot the other idea. Give me a sec. Bugger. So yeah, I was kind of so overwhelmed with the size of this one that I completely missed my second idea. So this is Jake Nightmares. This is a little rush because I'm strapped for time, so I do apologise. But this is Jake Nightmares. My ideas are Mr. Bergstorm with the train station, I'm presuming. The comic book convention, and I've talked about this one before. This was in my start, like the one with Mark Hamill, I'm pretty sure. And this is actually a skin. Well, this should be a skin for the convention center. Is that what it's called? I forget what it's called. But a different building. It's not actually a separate building. It's technically just a makeover for a different building that we've already got. So, but this is still possible as a skin. Mrs. Glick, who we've covered. The two homeless men from Bart Thanksgiving. Lionel Hutz, who we've covered. Dr. Nick's Hospital. I could not for the life of me find a picture of this. So, if you could, send me a picture, or unless it's like a tapped out exclusive that you're coming up with. If so, I guess it would be cool. But if not, just send me a picture. The cable guy with the cable truck. Troy McClure, who we've covered, but Troy's house, of course, which we'll see in a sec. And finally, Emily Winthrop, who of course is the Tracy Ullman's character. And then as a season 2 event, I also wish they could do for other seasons. So I think that's an idea. It's a season 2 event. Oh, this is a season 2 event. I see now. Yeah, they could do that. That would be interesting. So, of course, Mr. Bergstorm with the train station. We've got the convention center, Springfield Convention Center, but there'd be a costume for it, which is like the comic book convention. We've got the two homeless men from the Thanksgiving episode. They're there. It's kind of a blurry image. We've got the cable guy's truck. I couldn't really get a better image, but that's the cable guy's truck. We've got Troy McClure's home, which is here. Emily Winthrop. And like the season 2 event as a whole. So I think this entire thing is meant to be a season 2 event, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, very cool. Definitely very interesting. They could definitely do this. You provided quite a few buildings and characters, so yeah, definitely isn't completely out of the question. So yeah, that's it for this episode anyway. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. We've gone over quite a lot of ideas. So yeah, please don't comment, like I said, in this one, but in episode 13, feel free to comment. So just hold your ideas close to your heart, hold them in your head, or write them down or something, and then when episode 13 comes out, feel free to comment. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see you next video. Goodbye.